What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream, and welcome to How You Doing. And this is Easy Game. What we're gonna do is something like a talk show, and we're just gonna chill and talk about stuff, and just gonna get to learn more about the community and more of how things work. And for my very first episode, I have with me uh, what many have considered probably this year, especially, to be a legend in Malaysia and in FIFA Online 3, and also in many other things as well. Also known for his appearance, obviously the Botak head. But welcome to How You Doing, Arroyos. What is up, man?
Hi, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, so exactly the question. How you doing?
um, a lot of things. Which aspect you're asking from?
I don't know, man. Just generally, I guess in life, how's everything going?
um, Not bad. All right. Not bad in terms of gaming side. Not bad.
Yeah.
Works. In terms of work, a little bit stress.
Mm-hmm. A little bit stressed in terms of what's coming up this weekend.
Yeah. This. Yes.
Oh no, I
Um.
closed the video. Sorry. It's okay. Just go ahead. Just keep talking. I'm just gonna try to
Right.
open it back.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's been a very busy schedule in both the work and the gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like we just came back from EACC last week, and then right away the same weekend, then we have to play, KNC qualifier.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So well, I guess otherwise, we're just gonna get to learn more about you, and I think a lot of people they just see you more on the gaming side. They see you on streams, especially the past two tournaments you've represented Malaysia, so they've seen you do that as well. But let's go far back, all right? Let's go far back. Let's talk about how you started. Uh, how do you start gaming, or when did you start taking seriously enough for you to actually start playing professionally?
I actually started back. I always say this. I played for 10 years. Yeah, I actually started back in year 2006, where I started with the FIFA series.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I still remember the very first tournament that I joined. That time was this FIFA World Cup 2006 game.
Okay, wow, that's okay, exactly 10 years ago.
Yes, exactly 10 years ago.
So that's how it started. Uh, how did you do then? FIFA World Cup 2006.
Obviously that's my very first tournament, so obviously I didn't do very well. So then, since then I started to play competitively. I play more tournaments in both console and PC.
Mm-hmm.
So on and off, there's some small achievements on and off lah. Like WCG
Yep.
and some local tournaments. Yeah.
Dude, you
So
call you
then
call WCG a small small thing?
yeah, but I mean like I didn't get get the champion. I just like finished second runners up and like something like that. Yeah.
I see, I see. So I guess starting off, it wasn't as smooth sailing. Probably, took you like how many years did you take before you probably won your first major tournament?
Actually, my first title, not champion, my first achievement is the 2007, where I finished second runners up in the WCG Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So that is I think that's the first major achievement for me. I consider.
I see. That is was in 2007, so that's about
Yeah.
9 years ago. And
Yep.
so you've been consistently playing for the past 10 years now. But I guess many people know you as Arroyos. Maybe you want to
Mm-hmm.
tell us what does it actually mean? I don't know if actually like have you talked about it?
Yes. Actually, I mean, like, in my past interviews, people always curious, what does this Arius name meaning refers to?
Yeah.
Actually, this name, I picked this name up from a basketball player,
Uh-huh.
which I saw him. Uh, I can't remember when I saw him on the TV during, I think, also around 2000, in the year 2006. His actual name is actually Carlos Alberto Arroyo.
Okay.
All right. So when I saw see him, he's actually on his back of his jersey is written as Arroyos somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I know I got the name from.
I see. Was he Spanish or something?
He's from Puerto Rico,
Ah, okay.
and so coincidentally, he's actually ball.
It means ball?
No, no. What I mean,
Oh,
so
he is
coincidentally,
bald. He was bald.
yes,
Okay, he was bald
yes,
as well. I see, I see. Okay. No wonder that's why you picked up that name.
yeah. Because I actually like Google him.
Mm-hmm. I see. It's interesting stuff. So anyway, you've been playing with that same name over the years. You've not changed it at all?
No,
Since
that's
like
the
exactly
same name.
since your first tournament, it's been this name all this while.
Yes,
Wow.
of course. I mean, along the 10 years, I changed team from
Yeah.
time to time.
Uh-huh.
So, but I'm still using Arios all this while.
I see. Okay, so anyway, we'll go back to talking about the name Arroyos, and since you mentioned teams, uh, maybe you want to tell us more about teams. How did starting a team, how did it start? Or rather, in Malaysia, you don't exactly see many teams in the early days, and now it's very common to have a team. But in the early days, what was it like to be part of a team?
I think it's very, very, very good to have a team when, especially in esports or competitive gaming. For me, it's always been a team. I can't really imagine that if I started on 2006 and as a solo player, I go solo all the way. I can't imagine like I probably will give up like 2 years down the road. I'll probably give up.
Mm-hmm.
But having a team like it really motivate me. Having a group of friends, play always play together with them, train together with them.
Yeah.
So it really for me it really helps for a gamer to really goes on and continue playing, motivate the gamer to continue playing.
Well, since you mentioned friends, who were your early friends, that was part of your team?
I actually part of my team. Probably if you guys know Sharyl Warrior from
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
FIFA side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my earliest teammate lah.
Uh-huh.
So after that, I got to know people like Alex, Win, that
Okay.
whereby we are teammates now lah.
So, well, I've been guessing, friends with them for a long time because I remember back when I was playing FIFA Online too, you guys were always together. You guys were always part of the same team. Back then it was what team was it then? Win? I remember Win something.
Yeah, that time we were actually different team that time.
Okay.
They are from Wins, I'm from MyFast,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean we are still friends lah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it works that way. Just like in Singapore, we have all our different teams, but otherwise the community we're just, it's a pretty tight community, so we're all pretty much just friends with one another. So I guess that's how you started out.
Yep.
You guys have been like such a close group of friends. You mentioned Alex, you mentioned Vin, and even now with the current team that you guys are in, which is the shirt that you're wearing, Realistic Ballers, uh, it seems pretty exclusive. You know, it seems like if you're just looking at it from an outside point of view, it seems like it's just your group of friends who are together. Is that true, or is there like a recruitment kind of thing that goes along with it?
Of course we do. I mean, when we first started the team RB team Realistic Borders back in 2011, we actually we actually did a lot of recruitment. Even in the year 2012, we actually started our FIFA Academy.
Hmm.
You know, our no we it's not really about us. We are really trying to grow more talents
Yeah.
in Malaysia.
Hmm.
Because along of course currently we are a bit more ideal. We are not really looking for recruitments
Hmm.
because sometimes nowadays we are too busy with our personal life.
Yeah.
We have no time to manage the team,
Hmm.
and furthermore, we are a player ourselves. So there's a lot of things going on. So, but never know lah. I have a lot of plans for the team in the in the near future lah.
Hmm. I see. So, you did mention that the academy was started in the team. How successful has it been? in terms of probably helping newer players to get into the competitive side of FIFA?
Maybe I should just need to say one thing. Our recent hero in EACC Winters is
Yep.
actually from the academy, our RB FIFA academy.
I see.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I guess that's really one notable big success story. And we'll get to Winters a bit later on today. I'm sure we'll try to get him on the show in the future weeks. But going back into how things are working out for you right now. Talking about this academy, I do remember that just after you came back from Thailand, the
Hmm.
intercontinental championships. When you came back
Yep.
from that, I remember you ran a clinic for some of the Malaysian FIFA players. What
Yes.
happened? What happened to that?
I think because the story is because when I went to Thailand for the for the tournament, I realized there's one thing I realized. All the representative from other countries like Vietnam, Thailand, they are all very young.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I was actually the oldest player there.
Hmm.
Everyone is like just 20 to 25.
Hmm.
So and then I realized that Malaysia actually lack of young talents,
Hmm.
young talent that able to represent Malaysia
Hmm.
and do well in tournaments.
Hmm.
That's why once I'm back, I decided to do certain initiatives. Like I actually started my page, and then I do live streams. Then I work with Garena to perform the FO3 clinics.
Hmm.
So all this is actually some of our early initiative to build up the communities to grow more players from Asia.
Hmm. Was the clinic a success?
Um, I would say not really,
Uh-huh.
because I guess the a lot of players don't really see the importance of the clinic yet.
Hmm. I see. So I guess it just happened once, or has it happened a few times already?
The clinic we just did the clinic once,
Hmm.
but I'm sure in the future we will definitely do it again.
I see. So is what's Garena's involvement in trying to help with the clinic? Like, how's the support been like?
Basically they help to arrange the venue
Okay.
for the clinic,
Hmm.
while the rest of the clinic is handled by me lah. They just responsible in finding the venue basically.
Okay, so pretty much they don't do anything. That's pretty much nothing.
Well, you
Okay,
can say that.
well, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a venue, well, anyway. Uh, I just want to interrupt and just quickly answer a question which is being asked on stream right now by Dom Wong, who's asking, is FIFA Online 4 releasing? The answer is no, not for the immediate future. Whatever little banners that you're seeing on Facebook that are flying around from yesterday and today, they are fake. Okay, I saw the banners as well, they are fake. So anyway, back to FIFA Online 3. Uh,
Hmm.
what do you think? How's the current state like? I mean, you've represented Malaysia now for the past two tournaments, both the Intercontinental Championships as well as the EACC, where
Yep.
you were very successful. Uh, what do you think it's like now? I think if you compare it to last year, there was very much involved in team games. Like uh, three players in a team. You have Team RB, you have like Team Royal Flush. But right now, it's back to being centered around a 1v1 game, where the best four players go or the best three players go. What do you think about that?
Um, Actually, if you ask me, I would still prefer the team based format.
Hmm.
Right. I mean, but in terms of EACC, I think the reason we able to success from from this team is because it's a very balanced kind of thing
Hmm.
in terms of the whole team. We have experienced one like me and
Vin,
E Master Win,
yeah.
all right, and then we have the young bloods like Fevelin and Winters that really eager to win and have no fear basically.
Hmm.
So I mean, I think it's very well balanced in the team. We're able to combine the experience and the talented ones, and then yeah, I think that's how we do it, lah.
So back to the question again. You
Mm.
said the team is better, but this team performed well because of the mix of players. Some experience as well as some new blood, which shows that they're kind of fearless. But what do you think generally? Which do you think is better? Like going forward, maybe next year onwards, what do you feel will be better?
I will say the team base will be better in my opinion,
Hmm.
because I always feel that when you are in a team long enough, let's say RBE Master, me, Alex, and we have been together long enough that we know each and every one of us strength and weakness. So basically the team chemistry is there, lah. When you go for big tournaments like let's say EACC, you need a lot of teamwork. You need a lot of team bonding.
Yeah.
You need to be feeling good with your teammates. Although maybe we don't play in a team game. It's a 1v1 after all, but you still need the team chemistry and bonding there to encourage or to motivate each other. So it is something important.
Well, we've recently seen, I mean, like I was saying earlier, in How You Doing, that especially this year is when you have really risen up to really sort of cement your place as Malaysia's number one player now, the person to beat in the scene right now. What changed, or how did it suddenly happen? Because last year I remember everybody was probably fearing Pearl's Team Junior. Everybody like that was the guy to beat. But right now, the guy to beat is Arroyos. What has
Uh,
changed?
I think um, it's probably due to the a few factors. One of it is definitely the new impact engine changes in FO3.
Hmm.
When the new impact engine comes, it actually bring FO3 nearer to FIFA series
Yeah.
that I used to play. FIFA 14, 15, or even 16, right? So it actually brings myself nearer. I mean, it's easier for me to adapt to the new engine compared to, rest of other players in FO3. So I
Hmm.
think that is one big factor. Secondly, is because last year was a totally different story for me. I mean, I was really focusing on my career. That I actually stopped FO3 for like 6 months. I just stopped. I don't play FO3.
Yeah.
So this year is, I put more time, I put more effort into FO3. So then this is how is it lah currently.
It really seems like it's reaping the rewards right now. But I mean, you compare it to, you mentioned earlier your friends, Vin as well as Alex. I'm sure they are putting in the much needed hard work as well. And they are also so used to playing the FIFA series. I remember for a short period of time, all of you just went into playing the FIFA series. None of you were playing FIFA online at all. Uh, why hasn't it worked out for them? Especially, I think, I mean, I don't want to throw uh, throw arrows or anything like that, but Alex has been pretty disappointing over the past few months.
I think for Alex, he's not really focusing too much on FO3. He also actually spent a lot of time focusing on his career and his relationships. I think.
I see. Well, that is important as well.
Yes. So and then it's actually like sometimes it's a bit hard lah. I mean, actually, we are a bit old and no veteran. We have the experience, but sometimes, to be honest, maybe our there are certain things that we can't really compare with the young gamers like stamina. Maybe nowadays we get tired easily compared to the young ones.
Hmm.
Their reflexes is faster than us. So there's a bit of effects over there when you're old.
I see. Well, I mean, just to have something to compare to, if you guys watch Counter-Strike, there's a team called Virtus Pro who
Uh-huh.
are all like about 30-ish years old now, and they just won E-League last week, which was 390,000 US dollars first prize. These guys are 30-year-olds who just
Wow.
managed to win a tournament against all the young kids. So, they are still proving that they still have what it takes, and you are currently proving that as well. So we'll go back to EACC. We'll talk a bit more about that. You were the captain that was chosen for Team Malaysian Tigers. Did you come up with that name, or was it given by Garina, or what?
It's actually Garena. I mean, Garena actually asked us what name do we want to choose for the team,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, we can't really figure out proper name,
Mm-hmm.
So since Singapore is then GM Fern told us that Singapore is taking SG Lions,
Okay.
so maybe we should take MY Tigers.
Okay.
So then we just say okay, let's go for it.
Yes, GM Fern for the win. She always comes up with all these ideas. But
Yeah.
anyway, so that's why you chose the team. How was it like going into the draft? I remember past few tournaments, Singapore and Malaysia, as far as I remember, have always had pretty disappointing drafts. But this time, I think you guys did pretty good. Singapore as well. Both Singapore and Malaysia had really good drafts. What changed?
I think this is when experience come in. I mean, I actually started to think about the drafting even before we leave Malaysia, and then a night before we left for Shanghai. Me, Winters, and Win. Actually, we actually sat down at the coffee shop.
And you
We
left
have
out Favelin. Okay, carry on.
because because Elevate is not with us
Okay, okay.
that time. So we were sitting down in the coffee shop for a few hours
Uh-huh.
and discussing about the drafting only. So
Mhm.
we actually come up with like some sort of preparations for the draft. Firstly, we actually define because the drafting have like 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So we actually define like each round what are the positions that we want to take. Maybe the first round we will go for striker first, we go for goalkeeper first, or we go for midfielder first. So we actually define round by rounds. Then we actually come up with our priority list for each and every single position. For example, striker, our first priority is Ronaldo.
Mhm.
Then we have Suarez, we have Ibrahimovic, and
Okay.
so on, so on.
Mhm.
So when we have this priority list and these strategies, when we go into drafting, we are more or less sure what we're going to do.
Mhm.
When it's our turn, then we choose what we want according to our list.
Okay.
So that's how we did it.
So it was more of a team effort in terms of drafting
Yeah.
for the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like the drafting is very crucial as in each round you only have few minutes.
Mhm.
So we cannot afford like you think on the spot what you want,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
right.
have the time to decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so that was drafting. I want to go back just a bit to just before you guys left to EACC. I remember there was this drama going on. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about between you
Yeah.
and Favelane. Okay,
Yeah.
what happened? What happened there?
This one was the story during the RTC or ESCC qualifier,
Uh-huh.
the last stage. So what happened was he actually did some unsporting play in the
Mhm.
game.
Okay.
So it's like basically it's like you can so people will say it's, time waste basically.
Okay.
So there's a bit of issues during our game, my game and Favorite game,
Mhm.
and a few of other players.
Mhm.
So in summary, that is the issues lah.
Okay. So of course, which made you upset, and I think you really spoke out for almost everyone who played against Favelane, because if I remember, everyone was complaining that he was pretty much time wasting. But how was it like after that? Like, how did you guys repair that relationship, or was it still a bit sour when you guys went over to China?
I think it's all good. I mean, like right after the ESCC qualifier, we have talked to each other, and then we have apologized to each other,
Hmm.
and then when we were in Shanghai, everything is good. Fabian is a funny guy
Okay.
that all of us make a lot of fun on him.
Uh-huh.
We like teasing him all the time. So I think everything is okay when we were in Shanghai.
I see. Well, I just want to say it again to everyone who's watching and to say it to you. I'm not firing shots. I'm not trying to instigate anything here. I'm just trying to, we're just trying to find out what goes on behind the scenes. All right, just trying to find out what's happening and to see how it's like from an outside point of view for the people who don't know what's going on. But anyway, back to EACC again. I remember reading some interviews saying that you guys, the moment you reached Shanghai, you guys started training right away. You guys didn't go out at all. You only went out for meals. Uh, was it really like that? Like, did you spend all your time playing?
Um, it is. I mean, it was actually like that because when we reached the first day, we don't have the PC ready yet in our rooms. So basically, we didn't do anything. Then the second day, we have the PC in our room. So then we started to train. From that day onwards, we started to train, and then beside training, attend. Um, we only go out whenever it's necessary, like to buy groceries, to buy food, all right, or to do interviews or do photo shoots. Then the rest of the time, basically, we are in winter and February room. Just we just train whenever we can. We
Mhm.
just try to fully utilize the time that we have.
So going into it, what were your expectations before the whole thing started? Before you played your first match, what were your expectations?
Um, I actually expect for us to at least qualify to the semi-finals.
Hmm.
That I think that is my personal target for the team.
Hmm. Which you guys did achieve,
Yep.
which made everybody so proud in the whole server that we are currently on. Uh, you guys managed to beat Korea in the group
Hmm.
stages, and you guys were the only ones to beat Korea throughout the whole tournament. And going into the semi-finals, you guys lost to Thailand.
Yep.
Would you, if you had probably faced any other team compared to Thailand, if you had faced Korea again, or if Singapore had made it, you faced Singapore, you faced Indonesia, any other team, do you think you would have made it to the finals?
Yes, I mean, in fact, it's not really about who we face during the semi-finals.
Hmm.
I mean, I think we did, although we lost 3-0 straight to Thailand, but I think we did pretty well against Thailand. I mean, Fabian play good game, right? I mean, he has his challenges, but just couldn't get the goals. So as my game. So I think we are really, really, really close in every single game
Hmm.
against Thailand. So, but just sad that things don't work out at the end.
So it was just like you guys did good, but just a bit unlucky, I guess.
Maybe you can say that.
Yeah, I guess I did watch a couple of matches. I mean, I wasn't around to watch everything, but I did watch a few matches, and you guys came really pretty close. I saw a couple of chances where you were right in front of the goal, and the goalkeeper somehow saved,
Yes.
or some missed kick happened, and it was just really pretty unfortunate. I remember the whole chat exploding, like, what happened, all that kind of stuff, and it was really exciting to watch. But going into that third place, or rather, back to that semi-finals against Thailand, you were the
Mhm.
captain. You were given the choice of who gets to play because three players get to play, and there's one substitute. Uh, Early in the group stages, I think Winters managed to play the last group match game and managed to bring Malaysia into the semi-finals. What was the thought process behind leaving him out of the semi-finals?
I mean, to be honest, I think we were actually lucky to get past the China in the group stage.
Hmm.
I mean, to be fair to China, China player really did very well in the last game against Winter, and basically the China guy is controlling the whole games and really heavy challenges. Basically, we able to go through with maybe some luck,
Hmm.
and we won with the penalty.
Hmm.
So, I mean, in overall, I still feel that I mean, Winter is still a bit shaky during that group stage. So that's why, I mean, in the semi-finals, no, I have made decisions that I will replace Winter and play to against Thailand.
Mm, I see. So well, that was pretty unfortunate to see that it went down 3-0. You guys definitely did not deserve to lose 3-0. It was way closer than what the scoreline actually shows. But following that, you guys lost. Going into the third, fourth placing match, were you guys still confident? Uh, I think you guys went up against Vietnam. How was the
Mm.
confidence level like? After losing against Thailand, you had to play against Vietnam, who are pretty strong. They won the previous few tournaments. They have shown that they are one of the better teams in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
What was the confidence level like going into it?
Um, I think the confidence level is obviously not so high. I mean, maybe average. Because I mean, personally, I was really hoping, or I'm quite confident that we at least can give a better fight or win against Thailand. But that didn't happen. So going into Vietnam match, obviously our confidence is get. I mean, it should get lower.
Mhm.
And then actually in the Venom for the Venom third and fourth placing match, I actually the actual lineup is Winter play first, and then Win will take the second place, and Fevlin will actually take the last spot.
Mhm.
Right. So I mean, I was quite like disappointed after losing out to Thailand. So and then I decided to give Winters the chance to perform
Mhm.
during the third and fourth placing.
And he did superbly, winning 3-0. And everybody sort of, made him their hero and all that kind of stuff. But I really gotta take nothing away from the rest of you as well. You guys did amazing, and it was just so unfortunate to just come up against Thailand and be so unlucky. I am not the kind of believer to say that people were unlucky and they lost because of luck, but it was really pretty unfortunate going up against
Yeah, I
Thailand.
mean, yeah,
It happens. It happens.
it happens.
So I guess, I mean, if you look at expectations, you were expected to reach the semifinals. So I guess third place is a success if you look at it that way.
Yes, I think many would think that it was a success. I mean, to be honest, judging from Malaysia performance in previous tournament,
Yeah.
so we definitely did better. I mean, this round. So yeah, hopefully, we have more success in the coming tournament.
Yeah, that's what we'll be looking forward to. So I am guessing that everybody split the money equally or something.
Yes, definitely. I mean, this was the very first thing that we talked in the team that
Uh-huh.
doesn't matter you are whether you are a sub or you play or you didn't play during Shanghai,
Mhm.
we will split the money evenly.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what.
Mhm. So what did you do with the money? Have you even gotten the money yet?
No, no, no. We haven't gotten the money.
What do you plan? What do you plan to do with the money? It's a lot of money, man.
I mean, actually, didn't really think about it lah because I mean, seriously, it's not. I mean, we went. For me, I went there not because of money lah, but
Uh-huh.
I'll take some time to think what to do with the money.
I don't know. When I'm talking about big money and just talking generally about what you're gonna do with the money, I just wanna ask a question. Are you like, I don't know, preparing to get married soon or something?
These questions definitely come from Shadow Walker for sure.
I don't know. He didn't ask the question at all. It just came, man. I just felt asking it.
Not really, not in the near future lah. I mean, my personal plan would be like I'm gonna continue playing for another 1 or 2 years
Mhm.
before like really retire
Mhm.
from game competitive gaming.
Mhm.
So yeah, probably I'll get married in 1 or 2 years time.
Okay, well, looking forward to that. I'll live stream your wedding, okay? Well, anyway, let's move on from EACC now, and let's talk about maybe your closest neighbor. You're in Malaysia, your closest neighbor right now, Singapore. What do you think
Hmm.
about their top players and how the scene is like? I mean, looking at it, the same players have qualified for the past few tournaments. Zarate and Hibidi, they have been the constant top two guys who are constantly qualifying. Amran is the one that's rising up now. He has qualified for the past two tournaments. You've been with him, Intercontinental Championships as well as EACC. And the fourth player to qualify for Singapore was Javier, but he couldn't make it, so Mane went. And these guys have been the regulars. You don't see new players coming up, whereas for Malaysia, you see a change all the time. What do you think about the Singapore guys?
Um, I think perhaps I mean, obviously the community in Malaysia is bigger than community in Singapore. Maybe that's one of the reasons why there's a lot more players that we can find in Malaysia compared to Singapore. So I think, but I still feel that Singapore is very strong. I mean, with Zarate, Hibidi, and Amran. Amran is definitely very talented player, and still very young. Right, I've been with him since in Thailand, then in Shanghai, so I can see that he's really he has a lot of passion for the game and playing the tournaments. So I think Singapore will do well. Even if it's just with Zarate, Hibidi, and Amran.
Hmm.
They are three very good players. I'm gonna face them in KNC this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's happening this Sunday. Uh, I mean, I've been friends with the three of them for quite a bit, and the Singapore scene is, known to be they have their own cliques. They have their own cliques, and everybody sticks to their own clique. So, uh, it's a bit weird if you're from Singapore and the community is so small. That's the thing about the Singapore community. It's so small, yet they have their own cliques and they all do their own stuff. And the only way where they're ever coming together is when they're forced to come together, like EACC, where Hibidi comes together, Zarate comes, and Amran comes, and Mane comes. It's like they're being forced to come together. I don't even think they even like train together, to be honest. Probably Zarate trains with Hibli or trains with Mane, and that's about it. I really know that Amran is out of the picture. Okay, gotta be honest
but
right here.
but I think I mean talking about this, I think the situation is different in a little bit different in Malaysia, because I mean like 2 weeks before ESCC, we actually train almost every night. Then we actually like invite some of the players like Shadow Walker, Ramesh, and some of my team members to come over and train with us.
Hmm.
So I think I mean maybe we have a much more friendly community in Malaysia,
Hmm.
They're willing to help us, to train and so on.
Yeah, this is definitely the case. What do you think Singapore should do? Is that what they should do? Just be more open to playing with others, trying to learn from others? Is that what they're missing?
Um, I think not really about that. Maybe it's the community. I mean, first issue is maybe the community is too small, especially maybe on the FO3. Maybe there's a lot of people playing of FO3, just like Malaysia. There's a lot of people playing FO3, but the number of competitive gamers, if it's in Malaysia, I consider the competitive gamers in Malaysia is already very less. I think it's even lesser in Singapore.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the first issue. I
Hmm.
mean, in Singapore, and then there's a lot of people actually playing FIFA series instead of FO3.
Hmm.
I mean, competitive side.
Yeah.
So I think I think because of the community is too small.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends who play the FIFA series, and if I tell them, I play FIFA Online 3, they'll be like, "What is that? What's FIFA Online 3?" Like they have no idea what that is. Do you
Yep.
think Garena could do something to help with this?
Um, very sensitive subject.
Nah, we don't see sensitive stuff here, man. We go all out. We say whatever we want.
No, in my opinion, is yes, Garena has been trying to help
Mhm.
to develop esport according to them,
Mhm.
But I mean, my personal opinion that sometimes the way that they took to develop esport is not so right. I mean, we can't blame Garena actually. it's just a different we are different aspect. They are looking on making their games or increasing their game base.
Mhm.
They want more people to play FO3.
Mhm.
But in terms of we, as a in terms we are thinking in terms of esport, we want more competitive players to come up. We want more quality players to come up. So sometimes it's a different perspective lah. They are looking at perspective. We are looking from our perspective. But if you ask me, do Garena actually do enough in terms to increase to grow the esport in Malaysia and Singapore? I think currently it's not good enough.
Mhm. So let's put you as GM Arroyos for the next 2 minutes. What would you change? What would you do to make things better?
World best for everyone.
Come on, that's not gonna help everyone become a competitive player.
I think the very first thing that we should do, I mean, as in Garena should do, is more focus on esports matters.
Mhm.
Focus on esports matters refers to more focus on bringing out growing quality players in
Mhm.
Malaysia.
Mhm.
All right, like FO3 Clinic is one of the example. Then we have, yes, Garena have a lot of tournaments. Tournaments can really help players to grow, but I think what we need is a quality tournament
Mhm.
and not a tournament that we do just for the sake of doing a tournament, for the sake of doing an event. We need quality tournaments, good tournament to grow more quality players.
Mhm. Okay, let's pinpoint our finger right now, and let's say what you're talking about is KBC right now. KBC happens every other week, and honestly, if I've got to be honest about it, I don't see the point of KBC. If you're talking about quality tournaments, which we want to see on a regular basis, KBC is not the one to reach that mark. Is that
No,
what? Yeah.
I agree. KBC, I actually have pinpoint this to the GMs that spoke to me. I
Mhm.
say KBC is like this. I mean, to be rude, people will say some chipla event. You know the meaning of
Yeah.
chipla?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some just normal event. It's like
Yeah.
for me as a gamer, it's like even if I join or I don't join this KBC, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and I'm not motivated to join this KBC
Yep.
basically.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I agree with you. It's not really quality event.
Mhm. Because I think if you look at it in terms of tournaments, we only have big tournaments only when there is an international big tournament. Then we have a big qualifier that goes on. Other than that, I think what we're really lacking, the only big tournament we ever had was the Garena uh Cyber Games.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the name? That's the only thing we've ever had that's ever been big, that's exclusive to Garena, that does not involve any other international teams.
Yes, I think things changed a little bit in terms of their tournament structure. I remember before this, when I started in 2014,
Mhm.
we have a lot of big tournaments, so-called big tournaments.
Mhm.
Although it's just between Singapore and Malaysia,
Yeah.
but it so-called big tournaments, as in we have the Summer Dream League,
Mhm.
we
Yeah,
have the
exactly.
Championship.
Yep.
All right. But nowadays, when after Garena introduced the KBC Plus, KBC, and KNC,
Mhm.
the number of tournament actually reduced because each tournament will last for months.
Yeah.
KNC lasts for at least 3 months.
Mm.
I think a lot of players like old Shadow Worker, they have raised their concern about this format because this tournament is taking too long, and basically it's like 1 month. This particular player only play one or two
Yeah.
matches.
Mhm.
So basically, no, you can't really improve the players' standard because there's no tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is some of the problems.
Yeah, it's like you're talking about it where you play one match every 1 month. By the time you play your next match, there's probably a new patch that's being released and there are new players to choose from. There's a lot of things to consider. So I think my suggestion, which let me know if that's what you think. My
Hmm.
suggestion would be have lesser tournaments in
Mm.
terms of KBC or KNC, have lesser
Yep.
tournaments that have small value, but have big ones every 3 to 4 months. Instead of having one every other week in every other state in Malaysia, let's cut all of that away and let's have one major one every 3 months
You see
with a huge prize pool.
that's what I mentioned just now about Garena is going towards not really going towards esports directions.
Hmm.
They are going to a direction where they want more people to play the game, which is correct. Correct is correct in terms of their perspective. They want more people to play the game, and also probably they'll earn a little bit more, right? But in terms of we the players' perspective, we are thinking for a different perspective. We are thinking of better tournament, quality tournaments where everyone can improve.
Hmm.
So it's totally different. So Garena is not look not it's not really looking in terms of player perspective.
Hmm.
That's all I can say.
Okay, so Garena, listen out. Okay, scrap whatever you're doing now. And let's restart. Bring back the days of Summer Dream League. Bring back the days of the championship. Bring back the days of Garena Cyber Games. Okay, please, all of us ask of you of this. All right. So
But I mean, we should. I mean, to be fair, we should credit to them. I and O actually spoke to Fern and Web. I think last 2 months. So we actually bring up all this concern. Then they actually started to change. Include some of the changes in like the current KNC format is actually team based.
yeah.
So this is something that we suggested to them.
Hmm.
So they, I mean, credit to them lah. They actually try to listen to us and make changes lah.
Hmm. Well, that's a step in the right direction. And every time they make a change, which we like, we of course appreciate it. But you can never really please everyone, right?
True.
But
True.
that's what we really want to really build a better sort of esports community for Singapore and for Malaysia. But let's compare now a bit to the other countries that are around. Indonesia, I think they at the start of FIFA Online 3 they were horrible. Okay, let's face it, they were absolutely horrible in terms of playing out in tournaments. But it really seems like they're doing a bit better now.
Mm.
If you look at Thailand, Thailand has consistently been one of the best. Vietnam has always consistently been the best. Uh, what do you think is different with them? Is it just the way that they are, like we said, more esports oriented?
Um, I think first of all they have um all these countries like Vietnam, Korea, China, and Thailand. They are definitely ahead of us in terms of esports.
Hmm.
I mean, don't talk about FIFA Online 3. Let's talk about other games. They are just more advanced than us.
Yeah.
So basically, their esports structure is um, more well defined compared to Malaysia or maybe Singapore. Right. So and then the community is much more bigger than us.
Yeah.
They have much more players. That's why I think the publisher over there is also um, doing more tournaments or more things for the gamers there lah, because they have amazing communities. I will remember 2 years back when I was in Vietnam for the Sea Championship. I
Hmm.
think you were there as
Yeah, I
well.
was there as well.
You remember how big was the crowd in the
Exactly.
stadium itself?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that is something that we don't see yet in Malaysia.
Hmm.
That is the how passionate is the crowd there. How many gamers
Hmm.
in those countries. Alright, so I think it's totally a different thing in Malaysia. We are catching up, but we are not there yet.
Yeah, we're still long way to go, and we certainly hope that it takes two hands to clap. Garena may try their best, but we definitely got to play a part as well in terms of trying to make that work. So that's why I've also set up this show, this talk show, where we get to interact and try to give more exposure and let people know how esports works. But okay, going up next, talking about uh, just the game itself.
Mhm.
how FIFA Online 3 is at the moment. There are a lot of bugs which I was whining about in my stream yesterday. But what do you think uh, the game is like right now?
Um,
It's a very difficult question to answer. I don't know how to put it better, but just tell me what's running through your head.
I think, I mean, let's not talk about the in-game things first. I mean,
Hmm.
from the January, the game has grown a lot for the. I mean, when I first started in 2014 and I
Hmm.
compare to now,
Yeah,
the game actually really, really grown a lot.
yeah.
Right, the game now is actually much more well known
Hmm.
in Malaysia. I mean, I can say,
Yeah.
and a lot more people are playing the game.
Hmm.
I mean, take for example the recently launched Malaysia Legends.
Yeah.
That move actually make FO3 much more famous now, with
Hmm.
including the Malaysian Legends in the game.
Hmm.
Right, during the launching of the Malaysian Legends, the event is actually covered by Astro Super Sports,
Hmm.
Red Bull, and even like some other media like Lauya. So I mean, in terms of promoting the game, I think Garena did a very good job in promoting the game.
Hmm.
So, and then in terms of the community, there's a lot of community. I mean, competitive gamers start to appear in FO3. You
Hmm.
know, by seeing that there's a lot of tournaments. You know, big tournaments like EACC, the Intercontinentals, a lot of prize, a lot of money at stake.
Hmm.
So a lot of players, even some players from FIFA series, try to come into the competitive scenes in FO3.
Hmm.
So if you ask me, currently, I mean, the competitive scene in Malaysia is definitely much more tougher compared to 2 years ago.
Hmm.
All right, but also I think there's a lot of people suffering in FO3, especially when the new Impact engine came in a few
Hmm.
months ago.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
a lot of people were suffering.
Yeah. I mean, it's something which a lot of people didn't like, but I think if you really want to excel at something, you just adapt to it. You know, it's not like you beg the GMs to change and they're gonna change it back to the old thing. You just adapt, which is eventually
Yes,
what you did, and you're the best player in Malaysia now. So I was on a personal level very upset with how things were at the start. You know, when the whole new engine came about, everyone's like, "Oh, I hate the new engine. Running is, can't dribble anymore, can't shoot anymore. Scoring is so difficult." I was so upset when
yeah.
all these things started.
Everyone is asking how to take penalty kick.
Yeah, exactly. Then I mean, I love to help people out, so I did tutorials and all, but I just it was just very puzzling to me. Why would you not adapt to something that's new? It's something refreshing, you know. It's finally a change after 2 whole years of playing the old engine. You give me something new, I would love to try it out. But everyone's like, "No, we want the old stuff back." It was.
because it's very simple. I mean, not everyone play competitively. Some people just play for fun. So some people will think there's no point at playing a football games if I cannot score goals, because when a new impact engine comes in, it's so
Exactly.
hard.
It was
It's so hard.
very difficult to score goals.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's almost all I have to ask of you. I just have one more thing to ask. I just remember seeing a couple of banners going around, and even the shirt that you're wearing right now,
Mm-hmm.
ends esports. Okay,
Mm.
this is something new that came up, and I obviously I have no idea what it really means. Can you tell us more about it?
ND Sports is actually our newest, our latest sponsor for Team RBE Master,
Mm.
the team where me, Alex, and Win are in currently.
Mhm.
So their ND Sport is actually from Perak, I
Mhm.
mean Ipoh in Malaysia. So they are actually our apparel sponsor for now. They're actually a local cyber cafe based in Ipoh, Perak. So the thing is NC Sport actually have I mean the management level of NC Sport actually have a lot of plans
Mhm.
for esports, and they also actually work very closely with Garena on establishing the FO3 community in Perak.
Mhm.
So I'm actually very amazed by their passions and their plans. So we decided to collaborate. So in terms of collaborating is we will actually help them in the future in a lot of upcoming events. Like we plan to do FO3 clinic for the community in Perak. So so basically we will RB Master and NC Sport will work closely and try to do more events to help to grow the esports.
I
Basically,
see.
it's around that.
Mhm. And also their recent tournament which they announced, Perak Super League. I think Garena has been trying to give some exposure to that as well. I
Yes,
think
yes,
I
yes.
think it's a very good move in terms of bringing together the people, especially from Perak.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, you can't really find a lot of these this group of people that really passionate about esports.
Mhm.
That's really limited in Malaysia. So I mean, I'm happy to work with them.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that started off. Before we try and wrap it up, if anybody has any questions you want to ask Arroyos or you want to ask me, just leave it down in the chat, uh, and we'll just ask your questions and answer them for a while. But I'm gonna go back to just you.
Mhm.
How's your family like with you playing playing games at the start, and now you're playing competitively. You're trying to juggle a job as well. Uh,
Mm.
how does your family take it?
I think it's a same old story. Basically, when I first started, everyone, my parents were not very supportive because that time when I first started, I remember I was in final year of my degree.
Hmm.
Then I started competitive gaming. So I even told a lot of people that I actually skipped my graduation ceremony just to attend a tournament.
Hmm.
So at first starting, they were not very supportive lah. So but along the years, when I make more achievements.
Make more money, yeah.
Then, especially the recent one, especially since the Intercontinentals
Uh-huh.
in Bangkok,
Hmm.
so there was a much more supportive lah,
Mm.
especially when they know I appear in live streams,
Yeah.
appear in interviews,
Hmm.
so I think they are starting to feel proud lah.
So it's taken 10 long years for them to finally really, support.
Yeah. I mean, definitely it's not easy to change the. I mean, of course, along the years, they don't really care, because you have a job and then you do your job and then, but you play games, then it's fine. It's not that I don't work
Yeah.
and earn money,
Yeah.
so they don't really care along the years.
Hmm.
So just recently, they're a bit more curious on
Hmm.
how do I perform on tournaments, those kind of thing.
I see. Okay. I'm just gonna leave one more question for myself, and if anybody wants to ask anything, now is the time to ask. Okay. Otherwise, that is it for the day. Um, I wanted to ask one thing, and I just forgot. What I wanted to ask was,
Hmm.
um, okay, I honestly forgot. I really have no idea. But how do you compare this to the FIFA series? We have a big advantage with the fact that Garena is the publisher for FIFA Online 3, and they're doing a lot of things to try and build the community. They're trying to grow esports. They're doing so much stuff for the community. But if you look at it, FIFA 16 or FIFA 17 that's coming up, EA
Hmm.
developers, there's no publisher. It's international publishing kind of thing. There's nothing going on. People have to organize their own tournaments. Uh, what do you think is the difference? They still have a bigger base, of players
Yes.
playing it. What do you think? How do you bring those players into FO3?
I think actually, bringing players from FIFA series is one of the Garena plan.
Which is
but I
why
but
changing to the new engine
mm,
is a good thing.
yes, but still, I believe it's very difficult to bring the FIFA players in. I mean, because we can say that the new Impact engine is much more closer to the FIFA series, but somehow it's still lacking compared to FIFA 16. Right? So not. I don't think there's a lot of people who jump from FIFA series and come to FO3 because I mean, definitely they're gonna have hard time adapting to the FIFA Online 3 engine, and furthermore, FO3 is totally a different concept of game. Although it's a football game, but it's a different concept of game. Um, I mean, to be honest, you need to spend money to build up your teams.
Yeah.
Alright, compared to FIFA series, basically you just buy once in the year and you can play the game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the whole year. Unless you play the FIFA Ultimate Team, then it's different story. So I think it's still be hard lah. Still be hard to bring FIFA player to come in. Definitely be hard.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we have about 50 people watching us right now. Uh,
Wow.
that's pretty good. But looks like we only have one question so far from
Yeah.
Mesut Aizil. That's really just a generic question. Nothing personal for you. They said, will they bring back the 100% upgrade tickets like in FIFA Online 1? Or I'm assuming you're asking FIFA Online 2. No, they will not. That's pretty much the answer. They will not. Aaron Gomez asked a question. What do you think about ranking? I remember this past season that just happened 2 3 days ago. On the last day, or rather the last 6 hours of ranking, there was a huge scramble. Everyone's like, feed me points, feed me points. There was a huge scramble in order to get into the top 10. And when the clock struck 12, there was a problem that happened to the server. I think
Yes.
it pretty much died. It pretty much died. There was just too much feeding going on. The server couldn't take it anymore. What do you think about ranking?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not a fan of ranking,
Mhm.
uh, especially when you start to realize there's a big loophole in the ranking system.
Yeah.
Feeders,
Yeah.
all right, basically just feed and feed and feed. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes doesn't matter how good you play. People can just people can just overtake you
Mhm.
with feeding points.
Mhm.
So I'm really not a big fan of ranking system from I think for quite some time.
Mhm.
I don't really play ranking.
Mhm.
Maybe until Garena or the developer fix the ranking system, put in some new features to avoid feeding
Yeah.
something like that.
You know what I really preferred was the older ranking system where it was much shorter. Imagine if you only have it for 10 days. You don't really
Yes,
have time to play two accounts and try to feed the other one in. I think that would be
correct.
a much better move, to have a shorter ranking system so you don't have people who are feeding.
But cannot if we have a shorter ranking period, then Garena will issue world best every single week.
Which is what's happening with the FO3 mobile app right now.
That is another story.
Yeah, that's a whole big other story where every 5 days people are getting world best players. Uh, yeah, like we said, that's another big issue. So they can go both ways about it, but we definitely hope that they'll be fixing it. Next question is from Fikri. I think he's pretty much trolling right now. Arroyos, what do you think about Aaron?
Aaron, um, I've knew Aaron maybe 2 years, I think.
Mhm.
Um, one of the very passionate gamers that I met,
Uh-huh.
but maybe he's just unlucky all this while. He's still unable to make his first major achievements.
Yeah.
So don't be worried. I took a lot of years before I able to make something out,
Uh-huh.
from gaming.
Yeah.
So I hope Aaron don't give up and everyone else that on the stream also don't give up.
Yeah, man. Aaron, I mean, Arios took 10 years, man. You're only on the third year now. You still got a long way to go, bro. Long way to go before you reach 10. Elvin is asking, how do you think about building a career in esports nowadays?
Wow, Alvin. Okay, the thing. Alvin is actually from Ants Esports, my
Yeah,
sponsor.
exactly, exactly. I know,
So
right?
yeah, yeah. So actually, to be honest, esport nowadays is much more better compared to 10 years ago. Seriously, much more better.
Mhm.
10 years you can. I mean, let's just talk about price money. 10 years ago, let's say a WGG prize money probably is gonna just be 1 or 2,000 cash prize,
Yeah.
and then they sponsor you to fly to whatever places and take. and represent Malaysia. Nowadays, nowadays you see like let's say FIFA series, the recently ages, they have like I think 10,000, is it 10,000 USD or
Yeah, that's
something?
right.
So prize money has increased a lot, right? So a lot of companies and brands starting to involve into esport. For example, Red Bull, one of the big company that start to involve in Red Bulls. So building a career now in esport is definitely easier compared to last time. That last time there's like it's so hard for you to get any company to to involve in esports or to sponsor a tournament. It's so hard. So now it's much more easier, definitely.
And it's definitely become a lot more mainstream as well. Welcome, Brian Ng, obviously part of NC Sport as well. Aaron is asking, how do you ban feeding? Any ideas? I have no idea. You're an IT professional. Just say it in 20 seconds. Do you have any ideas how they can fix it?
Feeding. Basically, maybe one of the things is you have to limit number of times you can meet each account in one day,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe in few hours time. Maybe you can meet that account is only you can only meet that particular account for 1 or 2 times in a few hours time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just suddenly pop out of mind. Maybe you can do this way, or maybe they should overall change the whole ranking systems.
Mm-hmm.
In the structure, the whole ranking structure.
Yeah. You know, this suddenly popped in my head as well. They could have a tier system, like every season, it's like a league, okay? It's like a league. You play Division 1, 2, 3, like it is in the FIFA series, Division One,
Mm,
2, 3. So ranking system is, example, 30 days. You play
mm,
30 days in Division 3. If you are top 5, then you go to Division 2. And then
mm,
if you're top 5, you go to Division 1. Okay, and then the bottom 5 players get relegated. If you're from Division 1, your bottom 5, you get relegated to Division 2. Okay, so if it works like that, I definitely think it is going to be very difficult. It's going to be too competitive for people to try and feed and get into Division 1. Like to
yep.
have 3 accounts in Division 1. That just popped out of my head. And that's just one suggestion which I have.
Yeah, but perhaps like ranking system, they will need to do more. I don't know. Maybe in terms of IT point of view, maybe they should do more validation kind of thing.
Hmm.
I don't know. Just to avoid people like um. I don't know. I'm thinking like some sort of you want to join ranking, you have to register some kind of things, some
Okay.
kind of validations.
Like it links to your handphone, maybe. You only have one
Yes,
phone number, so you can only
something
have
like that.
one account, something
Yes.
like that, which is what Steam are doing right now with CS:GO. Okay, next question. We're just gonna answer just maybe 3, 4 more questions. Sakaichi is saying you will go to Vietnam, so I'm guessing Vietnam is the next qualifier that we're gonna have, road to Vietnam. Any idea when it's gonna be?
It's going to be the Vietnam qualifier will be this month, I believe,
This
because
month? Wow.
yes, the championship is on September.
Uh-huh. Okay, so yeah, we could definitely gonna have a qualifier this month, and easy game will go. Okay, hashtag expect me. Killer Nero is asking, do you think World Legend players will be back? They were never in here in the first place, so they will not be back, and they will not be added in the near future because rather Garena simply does not have the license for it.
Yes, I mean, don't talk about World Legends. We just take for the example of the recently launched 06 Euro.
Yeah,
Other server like Vietnam actually have players like Roberto Carlos
yeah,
and Patrick
Vanessa,
Vieira.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's all about license issues. It's not about anything. It's about license issues that hopefully Garena will solve it out lah.
I see. Okay, probably second last question is from Sakaichi. How to break through a monopoly in tournaments? Like, how do you stop the same people from winning tournaments? What he's trying to say is, how do you stop Arroyos from winning every time?
I didn't win every time. I mean, how to break monopoly? Well, I mean, what I can say is, trust me, in any games you play, I mean, let's talk about any games you play. There's no one that can dominate forever.
Mhm.
I mean, doesn't matter FIFA or FIFA Online 3 or Dota. There's no one or no single team can dominate forever. There's always ups and downs for everyone.
Yep. So exactly, just wait for the time to come by when they drop. Um, okay, probably one last question. More of a in-game question from Mini SG. Do you think a better team and squad value takes effect now, as the old engine is won by better teams? I honestly have
No.
no idea what this means, but yeah,
What he's trying to say is better team and better squad value will have a better winning rate
yeah,
compared to ONG.
yeah,
No, I think this is one of a problem for many gamers in Malaysia. I mean, competitive gamers in Malaysia.
hmm
Although FO3 very emphasize on squad value or player upgrade, but having let's say like having like easy game all plus 8 players, the rating is like 100 something, 110 above.
hmm
It's not necessary will give you a guarantee win over your opponents. No.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. What I advise is what I advise all the people is you should emphasize more on improving your gameplays.
hmm
Instead of focusing too much on your team players.
hmm
Maybe you should not worry about getting all your team players to +5. Focus more on the gameplay. Improve your gameplay.
hmm
Yep.
All right, best advice from Arroyos. And promise you, last one now. Do you think the prize money is not appealing enough for players to join?
I think at current moment, I mean, for the community nowadays, yes, a lot of people will, maybe majority of people will always look at the cash, I mean, the cash prizes or what is the prizes of the
hmm
tournament before they join,
hmm
right? This is also another, I think, negative mentality of the community attitude or
Yeah.
mentality nowadays.
hmm
Compared to when I first started in 2006, 10 years ago, when I first started in FIFA series, we always we always we need to sacrifice a lot of things. We need to sacrifice our time to practice. We need to sacrifice money. In FIFA series, we need basically almost all the tournaments that we join. We need to pay.
hmm
Nowadays a FIFA tournament will cost you like 35 ringgit
hmm
or 30 ringgit.
hmm
Okay, so we don't last during my time. We don't really see about the prizes. We want to play. We want to win. It's
Yeah.
more about winning.
Yeah.
The cash prizes is a motivation
Yeah.
to us.
Mm.
But nowadays, I think the mentality changed a little bit lah.
hmm I think it's always been the case for the sort of, if you put it that way, older gamers. Even for myself, when I started off, it was probably about 8 7 8 years ago, and same. You don't play a tournament for the prize. You play it for that competitive feel. That good feeling you get out of winning. So
Yes.
that's how I guess we all started, but probably things have changed now. Things
Yes,
have changed now.
exactly.
Well, everyone's asking, not everyone, a few of them are asking for Easy Game versus Arroyos. Uh, what do you think?
No, I think we should do it next time.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think we're quite in the mood to play a
Yeah,
match right now.
we are
But
tired of talking.
exactly. You are tired of talking. I'm never tired of talking. So, any last shout outs, any last words, any last things you want to say before we wrap up?
Um, I think I hope that this session will give a lot of people more tips or no more informations on esports, and basically I hope that more players will come out in Malaysia competitive gaming, and yeah, we need more talented gamers, we need more passionate gamers,
hmm
and then yes, lastly, thank you to my sponsor, and eSport, FTZ Asia.
That's all.
And obviously, thank you for inviting me to this
Ah,
session today.
you're welcome. It's my pleasure, and thank you for joining in as well. It was, the first ever episode that we're having, and definitely looking forward to much more. And hopefully, we can do one again after you win in Vietnam or something.
Hopefully,
Yeah. But otherwise, thank you so much, Arius, for joining in. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely, I hope a lot of people learned something out of this, and I hope Garina were listening and they try to do something about it, because we obviously want to do something to help this game be more competitive. So we're gonna work together to
Yes.
get it done. So thank you so much for joining in. For those of you who joined in
Yeah.
on the live stream, thank you so much. Just let me know on the comment section or in the chat, who do you want to see next on How You Doing, episode number 2, and I'll try to get them involved in the show. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone, and see you next time. Thank you, Arroyos.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you.
Bye.